Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another video brought to you by SeniorCatWellness.com. As the title suggests, today we'll be talking about your bed, your cats, and if the two should ever join forces. Should cats sleep in your bed? What are the pros? What are the cons? We'll discuss them all right here today. And before we begin, as always, let's take a look at this topic overview. Sleeping close to cats reduces stress and anxiety. The close proximity of a cat can also provide security, and sleeping in the same bed will strengthen the feline human bond. Unfortunately, cats can be more active at night and may tread litter and waste into your bed linen. You must also be careful not to crush your cat during your sleep. Sleeping next to your cat also makes your bed its territory, so you'll never have any privacy again. That's that's not a fun way to end that, but anyway, it must be stated that there is truly no right or wrong decision to be made here. Let's make that perfectly clear. These are in fact your cats, your bed, your family, etc. It's all about what you're comfortable doing, and you'll certainly receive no judgment here. However, it would only be right that we take a look at some of the more obvious pros and cons. With respect to SeniorCatWellness.com, there is one pro right out of the gate, and that was your decision to view this video, so we thank you so much, and as always, we greatly appreciate your support. Now about those cats and your bed, let's indeed take a closer look. So, are you ready for some rapid fire positives? Those pros, if you will. Well, here we go. Number one is aid in falling asleep. It is estimated that roughly 40% of pet owners say they find it easier to fall asleep when they have an animal companion in their bed. In this case, a cat. So much of sleep and the act of falling asleep is all about comfort. Felines can provide it in their very own unique way. Number two is stress relief. After a long and busy day, having your cat in your bed can potentially reduce stress and anxiety. Your cat can keep you calm, as most people are just naturally more at ease when their cat is around. The better you feel, the better you will sleep. So much wasted time tossing and turning is due to stress and the inability to slow down your mind and your thinking. Having your feline in the bed can be the great soother that you are seeking. Number three is security. Similar to a canine, having a cat in the bed can alert you to trouble in the home, as cats are quick to jump into action. This is especially helpful if you live alone. Your cat will pick up on all the noises, sights, and smells, those that are especially unfamiliar. If trouble does arise, there's a good chance they'll know it before you do. If they spring into action, this will likely wake you up, which is certainly what you want if there is indeed a problem. While having a cat wake you up in the middle of the night can be annoying, if something is honestly wrong, you'll certainly be thankful for it. And number four, bonding. Having your feline share the bed can naturally improve the bond. It's all about that trust. Cats are at their most vulnerable when they're sleeping. The same is true for people. If you prove to your cat that they can sleep and not be bothered, your cat will learn to trust you, and the same is true the other way around. While having a cat in your bed might not be done as a thought or even an afterthought to increase the bond per se, it will happen regardless. Think of it as a positive byproduct to just having your cat in the bed. And that's it. Those are indeed the core positives. Not a bad listing. I'm sold. How about you? Okay, shall we transition into the cons? Sure, why not? Here again, this is a personal thing. It's your home, your feline, and you know the rest. So, here we go. Those four cons, hot off the presses, what are they, you ask? Well, let's find out. Number one, disturbed sleep. Yeah, who would have guessed, right? Disturbed sleep. The same security that is a pro can also be a con in some regards. And cats are frequent travelers during the night, as we all know. They are incredibly active during the times when you are probably not. And this can be a problem, especially if you have to be at work at 8 a.m. and it's already 1 in the morning. Not much to really say here as you get the nuts and bolts of things. Unless you're a wonderful, sound sleeper, it's safe to say that your feline is going to wake you up a few times. It's just the nature of the decision, I guess, that it really all depends on how much you care about it. If you don't mind, then it's all good. Number two, physical safety. The danger of it all can be an issue at times. You're bigger than your cat. We noted that in the introduction with a little bit of humor, but in all seriousness, things they can get bad. You're bigger than your cat, so if they're sound asleep and you roll over because you forget they're there, it could be a problem. Your cat also has some claws and some pointed teeth, so it could be a problem for you because you don't. Yeah, you don't want to roll over at night and injure your cat at the same time. You don't want your precious feline to scratch your face while you're dreaming. So, How do we resolve this? Well, the safest place for everyone involved is at your feet. If your cat can get comfortable near the foot of the bed, there's a far less chance of having something go wrong later in the night. This could be a trial and error situation. Unfortunately, at least for a few days. Number three, unsanitary linens. Yeah, if your cat wakes up in the middle of the night and makes that trip to the litter box and returns to your bed, perhaps several times, things could get a bit messy. Traces of litter can get caught up in your cat's paws, fur, etc. Not to mention, there's also a chance that some elimination particles, to put it respectfully, could also make the trip back to your bed. In addition to these issues, fur shedding, that alone could be a factor, perhaps even a perpetual issue. Breathing in these negatives can do a number on your sinuses, especially if you already have some type of breathing issues. Number four, territoriality. Our last con comes in the form of that old expression: you've made your bed, now you have to. Yeah, you guessed it. Once you've allowed your cat to sleep in your bed and you've allowed it to happen several times, suddenly backing out of that decision can be a tough one. Your cat really doesn't understand anything to do with a part time situation. It's either all or nothing. All in, all out. That's why it's important to think long and hard about this decision and everything it does involve. Because once you've committed, you could be stuck. So think long and hard before you make the final choice. And on that note, that will conclude things for today's video. So here's the big question: are you on the fence? Are you feeling the pros? Feeling the cons? Or have you long since put your decision into play and are now regretting it? Tough one there. But if you'd like to know more about this subject, we do invite you to head on over to seniorcatwellness.com at the conclusion of this video. There you will find a full length and highly detailed article all about cats, your bed, and everything in between. Are you currently watching us offsite? If so, we encourage you to click the initial link in the description box below. Said link will take you to all of this important information. And until our paths cross again, and I certainly hope they do, we'd like to thank you once again for joining us today. Please have a wonderful day. All the best to you and yours, and we will talk to you later.